What's going on YouTube? This is John back with the Idle Income channel. In this episode, which is episode 13, we're going to go over the income report for June 2022. This income report is going to consist of both of my niche sites and what's new with both of them. Let's hop into it. So here's the stats for site number 1. The total amount of blog posts we have now is 562 posts, and the overall word count is 599,280. The amount of posts we've added in June was 18, and the word count added in June was 22,299. The average words per post in June was 1,239. And I put a lot of emphasis this month on posting a little bit less, actually a lot less, because last month we posted over 90 blog posts. But I wanted to increase the word count of my articles and kind of make the quality a little bit better. So we'll see how that works out. As for visits, though, we got 15,802, which is an increase of 400. And page views, we got 17,779, which is an increase of 29. So here's the Ezoic income for site number 1 in June. The site earned $206.35, which is a decrease of $37.44. This is due to a lower EPMV than last month, as it dropped nearly $3. And I'm not really too concerned about this because it's not something I can control that much. It's a rough time for businesses right now when it comes to marketing budgets, so that may be a reason. And I'm just going to keep focusing on getting the site more visits, and when the EPMV decides to go back up, I'll reap the rewards then. You got to control what you can control, so that means I'm going to control my output and put as much quality content as I possibly can on the site. So here are the stats for site number 2. The total amount of blog posts on the site is now 190. The overall word count is 204,082. Posts added in June is 25. The word count added in June is 30,768. And the average words per post in June was 1,231. And as you could tell, just like site number 1, I'm trying to focus on more quality than just quantity. And so let's move on to the visits. We got 607 visits, and that's up from 359. And these analytics are actually a little skewed because the 607 is from June 8th to the 30th, because I like to use Ezoic for my stats, and I only got accepted to Ezoic, I believe, on the 7th. So it's from after the 7th to the end of the month. So this is probably a little bit higher. And page views, 675 page views. This is also probably a little bit higher. But let's get into the income for site number 2, which is the first income we've had on this site. So here's the income for site number 2. We ended up earning $6.55 with an EPMV of $10.79. I'm extremely happy with the EPMV of this site because what I've learned is that when a site is new on Ezoic, that's usually when the EPMV is at an all-time low. For example, the EPMV on site number 1 nearly doubled over the course of time, so hopefully the same thing happens when it comes to this site. If that's the case, I'll be looking at a $20 or more EPMV, which is extremely exciting. Now let's take a look at both sites combined for the month. Since site 2 is now on Ezoic, we're going to combine everything to wrap up every video. So here's the combined stats for site number 1 and 2. The income in total was $212.90 with an EPMV of $12.97. The total amount of visits was 16,409, and the total page views are 18,454. So here are a few of the goals I want to accomplish with both sites. First off, I want to reach level 2 in Ezoic levels so I could possibly get invited to a Zoic Premium. I have to hit 20,000 page views altogether in order to do so, so hopefully that happens pretty soon. The main goal with site number 1 is to get 1,000 posts on the site, and the main goal for site number 2 is to get 300 posts on the site. So overall, if I could have 1,300 posts by the end of the year, combined on both sites, I'll be happy. And the last goal I have is by the end of the year, I want to have 50,000 page views combined. So on this last slide, we have 3 resources. The first one is Keyword Chef. This tool makes it easy to get underserved keywords, and all you have to do is enter in a general keyword, for example, shoes, and it will spit out long tail keywords that you could possibly rank for. They do this by seeing which keywords have the most forums in the top 10 search results. You could use my link in the description in order to get free credits on Keyword Chef. The second one is Buy Sell Text. If you're in a niche that you have trouble writing in, Buy Sell Text has quality writers that will do heavy research and give you quality articles. I recommend using the $40 per 1,000 word deal. If you use my link in the description, you will get 10% off your order. Last but not least is Jasper.ai. I recently did a video on how to write a blog post using Jasper properly, if you want to go check that out. If you use my link in the description, you will get 10,000 free credits. So that's it for the June blog income report. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Like this video to help with the YouTube algorithm. And lastly, leave a comment with any questions you may have in regards to getting started with your blog journey or any input in general. Thanks for watching.